This lecture addresses essential question number 7. How is government organized differently in unitary, federal, and confederal systems? And what are the pros and cons of each? This lecture is basically going to consider the organization, not the pros and cons. But first, let's think back to essential question number 6. In essential question number 6, we divided governments into different categories based on how many people hold sovereignty. One person, several people, or all the people. After that, we can also take another look at those same governments and ask a different question about them. Question is going to be, how is power divided between governments? And the two kinds of governments that we're talking about here are within a state. We're talking about in a state. We're talking about dividing power between the central or national government and the regional governments. And you'll understand this a little bit better as we go on. Let's begin with unitary government. Unitary government is a situation in which all government power is held by one central government. All government power held by one central government. And so we would definitely categorize a monarchy in this and a dictatorship into this. Probably democracy. Some democracies, some republics are unitary. There's one main central government, and the local governments really don't have much to say. And here's how that works. What happens is, picture I'm going to draw is they have one central government, and they can create, that government can create local governments or regional governments if it wants to. It can put them where they want them to be. They can they give these local governments whatever kind of power the central government wants it to have. They can also take those governments away. If they decide they're not doing what they want them to do, they can get rid of them. So in a unitary government, all the power that is held by the government is held by one central government. It can sometimes be delegated to local branches, but can be taken back at any time. All right. Our second type of government that we're going to talk about under this category is confederal. Confederal. In a confederal government, the regional governments maintain sovereignty, and the central government has only the power given to it by the regional states. And so let's go ahead and draw this picture, and then I'll write the definition for you. What happens is you have a group of states that come together, and they need to do something in common. And so they create a central government to handle whatever it is that they want handled in common together. But the central government has only the power given to it that the states give it, and they can get rid of it at any time. So it's basically the opposite of a unitary government. So let's say central government has only the powers given to it by the states. Okay. And we'll pause right here and continue with this lecture in part 2.